go superficial first, okay? So we're gonna do our alpharage. He's got a long torso, so we're probably gonna need a little bit more oil. So for me, I usually come from here. That's why he's a challenge for me, because I need to come from the top. I like to do this. So that my arm need to reach out a little bit, but that's okay because we are not using pressure at all right now because it's a superficial fluid technique, okay? So you turn your hand so that you don't touch unnecessary area, okay? So ringing, you can do it on the torso as well. So, but I said don't do it here, especially you have a female client, you don't ring here. Okay, so how do we do a ringing? So you can do it on the lower back. So you can do this, ring, and then see this torquing happening? That's the pressure. Okay, so you're doing this. So notice you are moving your body. You're not. Okay, so you're going to rotate your hip and then go down, and then you come up. I got a lot of nails. It's not my massage day. Usually my nails are freshly cut. Okay, so we can also do it on here as well. But ringing is a technique that's more for a cylinder area. So for these ones, usually we do it supine though. Okay, so, but you can still do it. So you can also do a ringing from here, but you don't have your full ringing. Okay, so you can do a ringing from here. She's probably feeling my nail. And also you can do it here as well. If you're gonna do it on the thigh, don't go here. Upper inner thigh, sensitive area. No consent, no touch. Okay, so you can ring. Okay, so just like this one here, you can ring as well. He's getting a little bit red. So same thing, you're gonna ring. Okay, so another technique that we do is the C-scoop. So that one is like this. Also usually easier on where there's a muscle that allowing you to pick up and kind of cylinder kind of shape. Okay, so you can make a C first. Okay, getting ready, and then you're going to get, so you're closing this and pick it up at the same time, scooping like this. So your movement is like this. Okay, so if you make it more flow, you're gonna do this. Okay, you scoop. So this is more relaxing kind of treatment or technique, because if you want to squeeze hard, it's hard on your hands. So usually we just use it as a more relaxing technique. So you do this, see, scoop up. And then the other hand comes in and screw it up. Okay, we can do it on here as well. Anywhere you can see scoop, but not as easy because you don't really pick up too much. But you can still do the movement. You're basically going in like this and then pick up. But nothing is going to come up with you. Okay, so I do this a lot. On here, do this. Okay? Those are your scooping, C-scoop. Okay, any cylinder kind of shape is easier to do a C-scoop.
So are you gonna put some pressure on C-scoop or?
Try not to, because it's all your hands.
Still superficial, like.
Because the pressure coming from this, you squeezing this when you're closing your C.
Okay.
So we don't want to do it. Because pressure massage doesn't mean that you have to go really deep. You have other like compression, stripping that you can go deep.
Okay.
So don't pick this one, okay? Okay, so sometimes you do kneading on the patient as well if it's the neck. Okay, so the neck, you have a little bit less space that you might use your thumb, right? So usually this, I don't have space for this sometimes. Okay, I can, but most of the time I will use the other thumb. Okay, so you're gonna reinforce this and get to where you want to, or you're gonna come from the side and then you're gonna reinforce as well. So use your body weight. Instead of this, you're going to use your body weight. So you're going to use your body weight to press it down. Okay, if I can fit my thumb, I would. So use your body weight to lean forward to help with the kneading. So the other kneading you can do with oil on is like doing this, okay, and stripping as well. Stripping is you going along the fiber direction. Kneading, you're doing circular movement. That's the difference. Alpha Raj, everywhere, whatever you need to spread your oil. Is that my hair or your hair?
Mine.
Okay, probably yours is shorter. Okay, stripping, I do a lot of stripping, so elbow, forearm, that's my favorite. But of course, you can do this as well. So you can do it along. So notice even my thumb is out, I don't do this. Just let it rest, okay? And then you are going to protect your wrist. At the same time, your force is going to come from your body. Okay, so I'm leaning my body. So then you're gonna strip along. Okay, so this one has pressure. So usually I only go to certain degree and I feel that I need to move, then I can continue to move. But sometimes you just transit to another technique. So sometimes you will transit to maybe a stripping kind of technique with your elbow. So what you're gonna do when you get into this position first is get a good posture. Next, going to lean, apply the pressure. Last movement is the moving, okay? So the moving is not coming from my arm doing this. It's coming from my body moving together. Okay, so you move together. And usually you go all the way to the end, and then you'll get close to the bone, and then you're probably gonna turn and come back. Remember, you always come back without pressure, okay? You don't just, oh, to the end, okay, let me come back here. We don't do that, okay? So you do this all the way down, and then you glide back without pressure. Don't do anything like, I see people doing this, okay? So the patient doesn't know where you're gonna go next. Okay, so always gliding, like your hand always on the patient's body. Finger kneading, fingertip kneading, I already did that. So stripping, usually supine, then I will strip some of the muscles on there. But like smaller muscle like your teres, minor, you guys know what that is?
Yeah.
What are your rotator cuffs? You said yeah, so
From medium, upper medial border, lateral border.
oh, what are the rotator cuffs muscle?
Rotated.
Teres major, teres minor,
Rotated calf. Okay.
infraspinatus, supraspinatus, subspinatus.
How come you got more than 4? You have an extra. You have an extra. Which one is not? Which one is not? Only 4.
Subscapularis, infraspinatus, supraspinatus, teres minor.
Is that teres minor or major? You confuse me now.
Minor.
Okay. Okay, there you go. So the minor, okay, not the major. Okay, so what you can do is sometimes you can do some stripping. So where does the minor go?
Great tubercle.
Minor does.
Great tubercle.
Okay, so where does it start?
Minor. The upper 1/3, upper 2/3 of the lateral border of scapula.
Lateral border, scapular, and then the upper part of it. Okay, so basically this muscle goes this way, so it's a smaller one. So your major coming from all this and then goes this way, but your minor is up and then smaller, it goes this way as well. So you can do some stripping on it as well. So you can use your thumb and then you can strip on that as well. Are you okay? So usually the thumb is not very aggressive, it's not very deep. Okay, so whenever you use your thumb, you're gonna reinforce. Don't do anything like this. Okay, I see people doing this. Like, no, because you're using the thumb. Now I'm not using the thumb. I'm stabilizing it and then I go with my body. Okay, So you can go like that. So that is thumb stripping, forearm stripping, elbow stripping. So definitely bigger area for bigger muscles. Of course, I do smaller muscle with my forearm as well. So usually I'll be sitting here since we don't have a chair. So usually, and this is very low. What is this muscle?
Triceps.
Yeah, there's only one muscle at the back of your upper arm. Okay, so this tricep you can start from, where does it go? Elbow. You're still saying elbow. Give me the. Thank you. Usually the moving one. The one you can elevate and then. Oh, now I'm too low. What is that? Olecranon process. Okay. And then it has 3 heads. That's why it's called tricep. Okay. So then you're gonna strip. Okay. So I don't know where you would like to bring your hand. If I'm standing, I'll probably put it here. If I'm here, I'm probably gonna put it here. So he knows that my hand is somewhere here. Okay. So then you are going to usually, this one will move usually. The one that rolls around. Okay. So same. We don't do this. Never try to get movement from here. Okay, shoulder is for movement, not for the heavy stuff, because now you're applying pressure. There's stress on the shoulder joint. Okay, so what you're gonna do, and you're gonna lean forward by moving this chair up, moving your body closer to the patient. Okay, so I'm not wearing the right clothes for the massage as well. So you're gonna move like this. Okay, then you roll this chair forward as close as you can, and then you get to here, and then you maestro a little bit on the rotator cuff without pressure. And you come back here, and then you're gonna go again. Okay, so never go here and then, oh, okay, start again. Okay, start again. We don't want to see this. I want to see a flow. So if I go here, I'm gonna come back, and then I go here again. I'm gonna come back again. Okay, so nothing breaking the contact. Hey, there's another